in the front. Bloody heck.
I love you like la 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 la.
Hello and welcome to our very first and very windy episode of the Supercar Diaries. My name's Bjorn and I'll be your presenter for this new YouTube series where we'll be testing souped up supercars and we'll be launching a brand new film every single week. So stay tuned.
La 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 la.
This is, as many of you might know, the Lamborghini SVJ, the Super Velocigiotta, which is basically Italian for saying a very fast version of something really, really fast. You keep your right foot buried in the carpet, and if you have the onions to keep up with that, this will take you north of 351 kilometers per hour. That is really quick. As a matter of fact, that's much faster than an A380 before it takes off. I absolutely love it when manufacturers create clever cars. They design them with a purpose. Every hole, every cavity, every line, every protruding bit has a specific role to play. And then, once they're done, we take it into the wind tunnel and create a whole bunch of clever things so that in the end, you have this, the NOVITEC Lamborghini SVJ. So we've got the carbon lip that aids negative lift on the front of the car, and then a totally redesigned hood that basically creates a whole lot more downforce with the air going through this active aero system. We'll talk about that a little bit later, entering also into these cavities in the hood, going through there and then exiting over here. We've got a side skirt in carbon with this extended bit from us, and then we get to the exciting bit. This part over here is very cool because in the standard one from Lamborghini, only this front cavity is open. Ours, all three are open and feeds air into the engine compartment. And then this is a very creative bit. This roof air guide that feeds the air over there down this tunnel into the ALA system, and we'll talk about that a bit later because that is super exciting stuff. It kind of finishes what we've done in carbon over here, just these two bits at the back, but they are just there for looking really funky. Now this SVJ does sit on a set of our extremely cool looking NL4 rims that we've designed especially for this car with the partner company Vossen. Now something about these rims, you can see that they flush with the body over here, and you can't get that with a standard rim unless of course you put in spacers, which you also can't do because of the central locking. 355 25 R21s in the rear and 255 30 R20s in the front. Here you can see exactly how low the car is riding with the sport suspension that we fitted to it. 1,101 centimeters to be exact. And that is lower than my navel by about this much. Now, if you like, I can probably mention to you that this car has been fitted with our race performance exhaust system. What a freak! Chances are you probably realize that by now. However, what is worthy of mentioning is the fact that our system weighs 19 kilograms less than the original one. And that is a huge number in supercar territory, especially considering the fact that the weight difference between the Aventador S and the SVJ is only 50 kilograms. Now here at the back of the car, there's this incredibly clever aerodynamical system called the ALA. I'm not going to even try to pronounce the Italian version of that, but basically it's this little box that I mentioned before, taking the air that's being pushed into it from the front of the car, and then it's got two flaps that either open or close simultaneously or individually. To get this, they shove the air not underneath, not over, but through the inside of this rear wing. Through it. It's actually got slits here at the bottom, and the air gets pushed into the wing and then out through these slits. How insane is that? But it gets more crazy. You see, depending on what speed you're driving and which corner you're attacking and which degree and whatnot, it has a clever system of working out what this car needs, and then it'll close one of the flaps and send the air through only one side of the wing, and thereby putting optimal downforce on the part of the car that needs it most. That is just mind-blowing. Really. Now the SVJ, similar to the 458, has two flaps over here in the front. There goes my notes. That basically sends air either to the upper side of the car, move through these skills over here, creating more downforce, or at higher speeds to open up and then let the air go through underneath the car so that it has less drag. Where are my notes? Oh. There's no way you can get your notes back. You can't get anything if it's underneath this car. Thank you. So in order to see just how loud this car is, we're going to make use of a decibelometer. And these. It pitched out at 130.6 decibels. See, can we see that on the camera? There we go. And that's the maximum that this thing can actually do. Any more than that, and it just says, sorry, I can't record that. Lamborghini says that the interior here has been aeronautically inspired, and it does feel like it. You got all kinds of carbon fiber bits over here and over here, bucket seats, also carbon fiber, Alcantara, leather, red stitching here in the steering wheel, and the same lines on the gear shifters as you have on the rest of the car. And then, of course, you have this rear view mirror, which apparently doesn't fit into this car at all, and it's totally useless. You can't really see a thing through it, which means that it's unnecessary, which means that it's a gift. Just like the Navi, if you want one, they'll give it to you. But because you're driving an SVJ and not an S or an Urus, they kind of presume that you're in the business of racing it and not parking it. So there we have it. I'm 183 and there's still space for me to move forward. Let's see, all the way back. Okay, this is all the way back, which is good, but I would like to be a little bit closer to the wheel. Can I move the steering wheel? Whoa! Look at the reach of this wheel. Rake and reach. My goodness. So, in that case, let's go all the way back. I love the fact that there's Alcantara and leather on here. I think it's time to fire this girl up. This is aeronautical. I mean, this is fighter jet stuff. Hello there. Oh my goodness. Can you actually even hear me in here? Oh my goodness. What a sound cloud. Hello everybody. Well, the closest a farm boy like me from Africa ever came to driving something like this was the 458 that we actually drove in one of the other episodes, and that was just fascinating. It was such a joyous experience, I have to tell you. I nearly hyperventilated in that film. It was that good. Oh my gosh, I can't talk now. This feels quite a bit more brutal. This sound. Oh my goodness. Woo! A lot of anger management going on here. Are you kidding me? This is mental. If not for the driver, then for everybody else listening. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are on coffee break, because you would not be able to have a single conversation otherwise. What is that snorting and gurgling? Are you crazy? This thing is mental. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just ridiculous what's going on here. My word. Are you kidding me? Okay, let me try and get a bit more composed. This is not a 458 because we do not have 4.5 liters, we have 6.5. We do not have 8 cylinders, we have 12. And that means a whole lot more horses. 770 horsepower, 720 newton meters of torque. Are you kidding me? But telling you that this car is quick, that's like telling you that the sun is a big ball of fire, and that the closer you get to it, the more well done you're gonna get. It's kind of something you probably already know. You got some fans over here already enjoying the view, and I can promise you this car is a looker. Absolutely a looker. Whoa! It goes nearly up to 9,000 RPMs, and by that time you need to hit the brakes. Whoa! This is mental. The power to weight ratio in this car is 1.9 kilograms to the horsepower. That is a piece of cake, literally. I told you before, but it needs to be mentioned again. You keep your foot buried in the carpet, this car will do north of 350. I mean, are you listening to the numbers here? 350. It is almost too brutal to be true. Seriously, what were they thinking? It's gas or brakes, people. Gas or brakes. Oh, and the brakes are good. They are really, really good, I can tell you that. We've got active chassis and 4-wheel drive and rear-wheel steering. All of that working in a beautiful harmony to keep you on the road. And then there's the aerodynamics. Bloody heck, is this exhaust insane. This is the point at which I go back and hide myself and the car. What a freak You can't be any more subtle in this car than a lion in an overfilled cinema. What a crazy, crazy, crazy car. Oh. How do I switch this off? Hi there. Oh my word. Had a little bit of an issue at the airport. They said that our Lamborghini SVJ was a little bit too loud. Louder, as a matter of fact, than the planes taking off, which I can't really imagine, but I take their word for it. We were asked to kindly go and drive it somewhere else, which we did, which is why we're now out here in the Bavarian countryside with the SVJ. And I must admit, the SVJ blew me away with its brutality. 770 horsepower. It can do north of 350, 0 to 102.8. All of these figures we've seen in other cars. But the way that this car delivers, the way that it gives it to you, that is what makes it so extremely unique. And I think judging by just the way this car looks, you have to agree, bar none, it is just a very, very exceptional piece of machinery. I hope you guys enjoyed this film. If you want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit that reminder bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. That is going to be every single week. So we'll see you next week. Take care.